Wow, that's crazy. Chelsea are really going all out in the summer transfer market. After getting Liam Delap, now the Blues management is actively discussing to recruit 2 Premier League stars at once. Mohamed Kudus from West Ham and João Pedro from Brighton. But wait a minute. It turns out that it's not just buying. There is one important mission from Enzo Maresca that is the main priority. He really insists on wanting a right-footed winger who plays on the left side. And it's true, this type of player is currently rare and expensive. Chelsea's main target is actually still Jamie Gittens from Dortmund. But because there has been no price agreement, they have started looking for alternatives. Well, Malik Fofana's name has also come up. But now it's Kudus and Pedro's turn to be on the radar. Kudus himself has a release clause of £85 million, but it is only active for the first 10 days of July. Chelsea actually prefers a swap deal, but West Ham insists on asking for cash only. On the other hand, João Pedro is also unhappy at Brighton and is valued at around £60 million. It would be crazy if both of them were bought up. But this is not over yet, guys. Chelsea are reportedly ready to release Nkunku and João Felix, and even Noni Madueke can be sold if there is a good offer. Plus, Marguiu can be loaned, and Esteban will join after the Club World Cup. What does it mean? The massive project is still ongoing, and Maresca seems to be completely restructuring the Blues' attack line. In your opinion, out of all these names, who is the most suitable for Chelsea? Kudus? Pedro? Or are you still insisting on Gittens? Drop your opinion in the comments column, bro. This summer's transfer market is getting hotter. After failing to get Nico Williams, who is getting closer to Barcelona, Arsenal is now eyeing Noni Madueke from Chelsea. Yep, you heard right. The agile winger, who scored 11 goals for the Blues last season, suddenly entered Mikel Arteta's radar. But the question is, will Chelsea be willing to let go of one of their young players who is on the rise? Madueke's performance has indeed been up and down since moving from PSV in early 2023, but last season he showed his quality and helped Chelsea lift the UEFA Conference League trophy. Unfortunately, his status in Enzo Maresca's squad is still considered sellable. Rumor has it the club's top brass doesn't consider him an untouchable player. Well, this made Arsenal immediately curious, even though they haven't made an official offer. We know the world of transfers is very dynamic. Long contract, high salary, all of that could be dissolved if there is a crazy offer from Arsenal. Moreover, the relationship between the two clubs has often been hot and cold. So the Madueke saga is really worth monitoring, in your opinion. Should Arsenal go all out to recruit Madueke? Or will Chelsea be smart enough to take advantage of this situation to raise his price? Let us know in the comments, guys. Wow, this is the news that makes Chelsea fans start to get nervous waiting for official confirmation. Jamie Gittens, the agile young winger who was once being fought over by many top European clubs, is getting closer to Stamford Bridge. Yeah, Borussia Dortmund has given a positive signal through the sporting director, Sebastian Kiel. When asked about Gittens' future, his answer was very relaxed. We'll see later. Well, it's like a strong code, right? Moreover, he also said that Gittens is indeed professional and knows he has to perform optimally. But he didn't rule out the possibility of moving after the Club World Cup is over. What makes it even hotter is that Chelsea has personally agreed with Gittens for a long contract until 2032. But they haven't agreed with Dortmund about the price. According to reports, Dortmund can release Gittens for €50 million. Not cheap, but for a young player who already has a lot of experience in the Bundesliga and has a playing style similar to Jadon Sancho, that's a big move worth considering. Moreover, Gittens used to be part of Chelsea's academy before deciding to move to Germany when he was 16. So this is like going back to his hometown, right? So it makes sense that Enzo Maresca insists on adding options on the wing. Gittens himself has speed, good ball control, and is not afraid of duels. Very suitable for the Premier League. Now there is only one important question left. Will Chelsea dare to meet Dortmund's price and lock Gittens in before other clubs sneak in? Or will the deal fall through at the last minute? If you were Chelsea's owner, would you dare to spend €50 million on Jamie Gittens right now? Or would you rather look for other alternatives? Drop your opinion in the comments column, bro. Enzo Maresca finally speaks up. After the doping drama involving Mikhailo Mudryk shocked the football world, many thought Chelsea would rush to find a new winger. But it turns out, Maresca has a different view, bro. Chelsea's new coach said that Mudryk's case would not disrupt the club's transfer plans this summer. How come? So it's like this. Chelsea had already prepared a shopping list for players from the start, and Jamie Bino Gittins and Joao Pedro were their main targets even before the news of Mudryk's doping exploded. Maresca said, "We've played last season without Mudryk and we're still going, so this is nothing new." Wow, this new coach is brave. Not too panicky, staying calm, and immediately focusing on solutions. But honestly, don't you think Chelsea will need someone who can replace Mudryk in terms of quality? Gittins has crazy potential, but he's only 20 years old and still unstable. Pedro can play flexibly, but he's not cheap either. If both of them fail to be brought in, Chelsea could face a winger crisis next season, especially since Sancho has also returned to MU. But what's interesting is Maresca's attitude, who seems very confident with the existing squad. Is this a sign that he has a secret plan? Or is he just too confident? Do you think Chelsea will be strong without Mudryk? Or is it time for the Blues to really burn money again for a new winger who can immediately be great? Write your opinion in the comments column now. The Premier League transfer market is once again being heated up by the name of Mohamed Kudus. This explosive attacking midfielder from West Ham is currently being fought over by 3 big clubs: Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham. Isn't that crazy? Who will win the signature of this Ghanaian star? Arsenal have reportedly entered the internal discussion stage to pursue Kudus. Arteta really wants to add firepower to the attack line, especially after the news that Isak is getting harder to get and other targets like Gyökeres and Sesko have sky-high price tags. Kudus is a realistic option, although still expensive, because there is a release clause of £85 million. But they are not alone, guys. Chelsea have also started looking for alternative right wingers, because the future of Madueke and Mudryk is still unclear. Meanwhile, Tottenham also don't want to be left behind because they need a versatile player who can play in many front positions. Last season, Kudus performed consistently even though West Ham was up and down, with 5 goals and 4 assists from 35 matches. His playing style is energetic, skillful, and can replace many roles, be it attacking midfielder, winger, or false 9. So, the question now is, who is the most suitable for Kudus? Arsenal, who need creativity; Chelsea, who like to collect young talents; or Tottenham, who need a serious upgrade to accompany Son and Maddison. And don't forget, if all 3 are serious, this will be a very hot transfer war. Plus, the price of £85 million will not go down unless West Ham gives in, so who is the bravest to open their wallets? If you were Kudus, who would you choose? Playing under Arteta, Maresca, write your opinion in the comments column so we can discuss it together. Arsenal are desperate to bring Noni Madueke to Emirates, but Maresca immediately defends himself. In the midst of the hot transfer market, the name of the young Chelsea winger suddenly appeared on Mikel Arteta's radar. How could it not be? Last season, Madueke performed solidly, 10 goals and 6 assists from the wing. But unfortunately for the Gunners, Chelsea are not interested in selling. Enzo Maresca, who is busy with the Club World Cup in America, said bluntly, "Noni is our player." That's it, period. No negotiations, no way out. But interestingly, Maresca also said that Chelsea will still look for a new winger this summer. Not because Mudryk is involved in a doping case, but because the winger position really needs an upgrade. So, does this mean Madueke will be a rival to new recruits? What do you think? While Arsenal are having a headache looking for alternatives after Nico Williams is getting closer to Barca or Bayern, Madueke is being eyed as a realistic option. But with a long contract and rising performance, Chelsea clearly does not want to take the risk of releasing future talent to their city rivals. Moreover, Madueke has been an important player for Maresca since the beginning. The question now is, if Chelsea still brings in new wingers, is Madueke's position safe? Or will there be a sudden surprise at the end of the transfer market? In your opinion, is it better for Madueke to stay at Chelsea or move to Arsenal for more certain playing time? Drop your opinion in the comments column.